Welcome to the Season of Self-Love podcast. I am your host, Nyomi Banks, and I am thrilled to have you join me on this transformative journey. You see, every day we dive into a powerful conversation about self-discovery, healing, and empowerment. This podcast is brought to you by Ask Nyomi and Elevate Me Self-Discovery, where we believe that loving yourself is the first step to living a fulfilling life. You can expect insightful discussions, practical tips, and inspiring stories. Plus, we'll occasionally welcome special guests who will share their unique perspectives on self-love and personal growth. So get comfy, grab your favorite beverage, and let's embark on this journey together. Because it's time to embrace the beautiful person that you are. So let's elevate our lives one episode at a time. Now let's get started. All right, my beautiful people. Well, welcome back to the Season of Self-Love podcast, where I'm your host, Nyomi Banks, and we are continuing this journey of the year of the rebirth. For this month, we are diving deep into transformative power of letting go. Yes, letting go of all of those limited beliefs. And today we are tackling something that affects every single one of us: overcoming limited beliefs. And I'm incredibly excited. You know, always Dr. Will for Mindset Mondays is here with us. I am excited for this one. I mean, we talk about limited beliefs a lot, but I am excited that we have dedicated a whole entire month to this. So I know Dr. Will's going to come in. I have a lot of things to say. Yes, yes, yes. So before we dive in, let me share with our listeners that Dr. Will be bringing any of our new listeners. He'd be bringing grace experience with his clinical psychology and everything that help countless of individuals break free of their self-limiting patterns. He has a program right now that he's working on. He's going to share that with us later. But yeah, I can't wait for this one. I cannot wait for this one. But before we get into it and really talk about it, let's take a quick break, all right? It's your girl, you got it, Nyomi Banks here on this Season of Self-Love podcast, and we'll be right back.
Washington Wellness Institute focuses on healing always. For me, if I look good, then I feel good. If I feel good, then I share the good. If I share the good, then I celebrate the good. If I celebrate the good, then I live the good. So I can be paid to be my greatest. But I have to learn the good to be the good.
So, what does it take to be the greatest? It's as simple as a free 15-minute consultation. Be kind to yourself and heal always.
Hey, it's your girl, you got it, Nyomi Banks, and make sure you tune in every Thursday night to Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap podcast, where we talk about everything from love, sex, relationship, cultural differences, and so much more. We're bridging the gap between them all, and we even talk about spiritual uplifting. You need to stop by me and Dr. Mike, as well as the BTG group. We have some amazing guests that come through. You never know. Just make sure you tune in Thursday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go to xnyomi.com and tell them Nyomi. All right, well, welcome back. Hey, Dr. Will.
It is so awesome to be with you today. This is a great month. I'm excited.
Yes, I am too. I can't wait to find out what things you have to share with us today.
You told me I don't have to hold back, so I get to say everything. I'm excited.
Yeah, just say it. Let it go. You know how we do it.
I'm gonna just say it. I'm gonna just say it.
You know how we do it here. Yes. All right, my beautiful people, you know how we do it. We get grounded before we get into the topic at hand. So if you all can just close your eyes for a moment and just get comfortable. Take a deep breath in. I want you to inhale deeply through your nose, filling your lungs with air. I want you to hold on for a brief moment. Now exhale slowly and completely, releasing any tension or stress. I want you to feel your body relaxing with each breath. Now, as you continue to breathe at your own pace, I want you to bring awareness to the present moment and feel the weight of your body grounding you to the earth. I want you to notice any sensation within your body without judgment, just simply observing. Take a deep breath in, drawing in peace and clarity. And I want you to exhale any distractions or worries that may be clouding your mind. With each breath, create space for insights and intuition to flow freely. Now envision a bright light at the center of your being, radiating warmth and wisdom. And with each inhale, allow this light to expand and illuminate your mind and spirit, and feel a sense of calm and serenity in you. Take one final deep breath in, embracing this moment of stillness and inner connection, and exhale slowly, carrying this sense of presence and openness with you as you move forward. So when you are ready, gently open your eyes and carry this feeling of mindfulness throughout your day. You are grounded, you are centered, and open to the insights that await. All right, my beautiful people. If you are new here to the Season of Self-Love podcast, that's something that we do every day, Monday through Friday, just to help ground us before we get into the topic at hand. Well, Dr. Will, you
So
ready?
good to be here. Yeah. That one grounded me. I almost started dozing off. I was like, oh, I'm tired. I was like, wait a second. I had to reset.
All right, so I would love to start with this. It's something that I hear from my clients a lot. They say, Naomi, I am holding myself back, but I can't figure out how. What's happening there?
Oh, you opened up the pool on that one. I call that an impasse. Someone's going through an impasse. It's when they're recognizing a limitation or something's holding them back that they're not adjusting to. And as a result, it's allowing them to ruminate, cycle. And with each day, it causes levels of anxiety that can create irrational beliefs, distorted perceptions, and it creates a lot of challenging mindsets that they have to they feel burdened by. So like I'll start with that because that's a big question. That's a big statement.
You know, when putting this show together, and I wanted to talk a lot about even with paradigms, even with our own habits that we have, those bad habits that we have, or those common everyday habits that we have. And it's really hard to break those, because I think we talked about this before, because a lot of those things are inherited. They're inherited through lifestyle, through situations in our life, and all of those things. How can one be able to, I want to say, like, go beyond that, or see a glimmer of light? Does that make sense?
Yes. And I know you'll connect with this. The moment you can vision a better life for yourself, the moment you envision it, you are now capable of it. Now, do you have the confidence, the courage, the conviction, the faith to enable yourself, right? Because you have been externalizing or looking outside of yourself for the validation that you just envisioned within yourself. And so we got to talk about that. So let's go in about it.
Yeah, you know, I love all of that, because, you know, last month we talked about having faith versus fear, you know, and a lot of those times with those limited beliefs come from what? Fear. In the lack of faith.
Yep.
In the lack of faith. And I know times I don't want to repeat, but then we have to repeat some things. And when I say this, when we repeat some things, and this might sound crazy, and help me out when I say this, Dr. Will, when we repeat some things, it may not be in the same terminology. Does that make sense?
Yes.
In the same language. So even though we're talking about fear and faith right now, we're talking about now more in limited beliefs, where last month we were talking about cultivating self-compassion for yourself. So when we talk about that fear and that faith, and I want everybody to understand, when I do these series, I'm breaking it down. And again, things will be repetitive, but it will be a different language when we speak, because we're speaking on a different part of our being and our understanding of who we are.
Yeah.
Can you understand that? Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. I'm so glad you said that because you don't read the Bible once and then go to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't expect you to learn yourself and think that now you're going to be perfect.
Yeah.
There's you if you understand your life as art, there
Mm.
is always something to be created.
Yeah.
And so I say like let's make your mural, right? I always tell my clients that like when you talk to me, you're painting your world to me and I'm asking what's on the wall and you have to be able to tell me what that is. And so for me, what I'm noticing is that these limiting beliefs are causing irrational fears that usually have stemmed unresolved from the past
Mm-hmm.
or the way you were treated in your past relationships or the way you may not have been successful growing up or the way you were not successful as a child. You believe you still don't have the same power as an adult. There has been research that says that people that were victims of bullying usually end up not being bosses in their adulthood, and people that were bullies usually become managers and supervisors, or then ones that may not have healed as victims of that usually become really bad bosses.
Mm.
So it's interesting how the way that we develop also can determine how we understand what we believe in ourselves to even be.
Mm. So how can one break from that identity? How can they break from identifying themselves as that?
Yes. So there's 3 steps. First step is acknowledging the type of person you have become. First, you have to acknowledge the type of person you've become. This is the kind of person I am. This is what I do. I may not like it, but this is what I do. So I would say first acknowledge the dark. First one. Then second, acknowledge the gray. Where you feel like, I feel uneasy about this, but I also know that there's something more. So like it's that gray part where you're not really sure, but you feel like there's something else that has to be there. Right? You wouldn't be in this situation unless you felt like there was something else.
Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, your light. How do you want to be seen around the people around you? How do you want to be loved by the people around you? How do you want to be cherished by the people around you? What type of people do you want around you acknowledging your presence, your awareness, your willingness, your strive? And that it lets you know the goal. And the whole point here is you don't have to actually reach the goal. You have to know that the goal is a resource of
Mm-hmm.
direction. It's like a North Star.
Yeah.
So as long as you understand what your light is, the gray and the dark actually provide stepping stones into that.
I
And
love
so that's
that.
a reset.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you said that even we did that, and I'm going to repeat this. We did the change your paradigm, change your life
Mm-hmm.
by Bob Proctor. And it's something that he explained when he explained about goal. He said it's growth.
Yeah, a goal is
When
never
you
enough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's growth. Goals is not a destinated spot. And I
Right.
think, we've been taught that a goal is a destination spot. And it's like, no, this is a growth. It's like we're continuing to grow as we continue to build on more things in life. As a matter of fact, this morning I was listening to Bob Proctor, and he was talking about being comfortable. When you
Mm.
are somewhere and you're comfortable, it's time to now get uncomfortable. When you get
Mm.
uncomfortable, listen, when you get uncomfortable in a situation, in a new situation, no one understands that that is the beginning of something new. That's
Yes.
something that is growing. That is something, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we are so used to being comfortable in situations, whether it is harmful to us or whether we see ourselves not growing. We like, okay, well, I like this better because I don't have to do A, B, C, or D. But while you still there, you're complaining about that.
Yes. And I'm so glad you said this because there are so many people right now that know what's best for them and they're choosing to be their worst.
Mm,
And then they get mad or they feel like they're a burden if they would actually show their light. If you believe that you're going to be a burden when you show your light, that's every reason why you need to grow.
yeah.
Your light should not make you want to hide.
Mm. So I'm about to go there. Let's
Oh,
go.
Sorry, it slipped. It slipped. I thought I said it on the inside. Let's do it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so, and I'm just being devil advocate right here.
Mm-hmm.
Say it's difficult for an individual to allow their light to shine because there is so much darkness around them with the company that they keep because they're so familiar with that company and don't know how to step out and let that company go. What about that?
Easily put. Sometimes it's not about cutting people off. It's not about getting rid of things. It's actually about growing so much that it no longer fits. It's like putting on shoes that are too small, or you put on shoes and you start growing. Eventually, it's going to start hurting because you're growing so much. And the problem is that you don't know what to plant, and you don't know when to plant it. But if you just really focus on what's actually best for you, you focus on that, those people remove themselves naturally.
Yeah.
They'll fall off naturally. And I've seen it happen in many clients that have DV cases and they're stuck in their house and they can't get out, especially during the pandemic. I had so many cases of that where they're just like, I can't get out. It's the pandemic. I just don't know what to do. And I said, read a book, go plant, start working out, start doing bicycling, I give them like 6 to 10 different things to do. And they're like, but this does not help my situation. I go, I know, but go do that. Literally in 7 to 8 months, they're like, they had so much that they were invested in that they forgot they were even with that person. They left because it just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
They translated themselves into a higher state of mind, a higher frequency.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not about where you are, it's about who you are.
Yeah.
And they learn to pour back into themselves so much. So that was the beauty of just watching that transition. Every month I noticed something different, but they didn't notice it. They just kept saying, I don't know, I'm just going to keep doing this. And then by 8th month, they were just like, I found a new spot. I'm worried though about my insurance, but I don't care. It's like, okay, good.
Yeah.
And so I think it's just realizing, what are you really pouring into? Are you pouring into the problem or are you pouring into your solution? Which one is it?
I like that. You ready to pour it into some more problems? No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, I'm trying not to. It's rough though. Oh God, they trying me. 2025 is getting me right now. My God. Woo.
No. All right. So let's do this. I got a question for you, and I want to help some of our listeners out there that are identifying with their own limited beliefs. What practical exercise can they try right now?
1, slowing down. Your urgency is not others' urgencies. So if you live in everybody else's urgency, you'll never have time for yourself. So you have to slow down. And there's some things that you can only see when you slow down. So you have to slow down. 2, recognize your values. If you don't know what you value, you're going to value everything else around you that's annoying you or bugging you or picking a part of you. So you have to also revalue yourself. 3, you have to reach out to something greater than you. Whatever you think is greater than you, it could be anything. It could be a person, place, a thing, a mentor, whatever it is. You have to believe in something. For me, it was music. Music was my source. So when I was feeling depleted, music was my way to reach out to bring something back in, right? Step outside your comfort zone to bring something back in, right? And then lastly, accept the process and the routine. You have to create a routine that honors the lifestyle you're going to live. If you do not make a routine, it doesn't matter what you do anymore. Your routine has to break the cycle. Your routine has to break the cycle. Your routine has to break the cycle. And do you acknowledge what cycle you're in? Because some of us don't even know what cycle we're even in because we're so used to being hit there. We don't even know if it's a bad or good thing. We just know that it's there.
Yeah.
So we have to create a routine to do that.
It's crazy that and I know you've seen it, especially in your clients and even in everyday life, that you see somebody just constantly just staying in this dark routine of things, and they think it's all good, but in their language of that they speak, it's not. And so when you're speaking to them and you're talking to them, when you're coming from a healed point of view, meaning that you're in your healing process, coming when you're hearing them
Mhm.
talk, and you're like, wait, you did you not hear what you just said?
Right.
Like, did you hear? Did you do that yesterday? You want to try something new? And I guess that's that old saying is that we do the same thing looking for a different result.
The insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we go a little further into that though? I want to talk about that because insanity is not acknowledging,
Mm,
right? It's not acknowledging. Then there's delusion
mm,
when you know and you still act as if. With insanity, it's like a new beginning every time. You don't even have the actual awareness that it's actually repeating itself.
mm-hmm.
But in delusion, you know it's happening and you're actively, intentionally disengaging. And then you have dissociation, where you experience the difference. And because it's way too much for you, you actually literally separate yourself, mind and body, from the moment. So you don't actually have to experience it at all.
Mm,
So there's different layers to that. And so a lot of us are delusional. And some of us have crossed over to insanity because we were ignorant and did not know and were not educated and were never given the light to be understood. And some of us know too well and we dissociate so we don't have to be responsible for the situation. And so there's the levels to that. So I just want to
mm,
acknowledge that. Yeah.
Okay, now so you know when I do this, right? So let me ask you this. I'm about to go down a rabbit hole right now.
Oh God.
All right, so,
Let's go.
so let me say this, and I'm not being funny. So the thing is that people use delusional a lot right now. This is like one of the
Yeah.
trendy words that everybody use.
Everybody loves that word.
yeah, you
Yeah.
delusional, you delulu, you whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
So let's talk about this, because sometimes is it delusional coming from someone else's point of view or what they see of you, or is that what a person? And I'm hoping that I won't lose you on this at all, because I slip down
I
this
got
rabbit
you. I'm
hole right
with you.
here.
I
I
got
slip down this rabbit hole. Did you snap your neck?
you. Yeah, I had to crack my back straight. My back wasn't straight.
So, you know how you have people that's so confident, especially people that are going through this self-love, this self-help thing, and you have so many different self-help gurus that say sometimes you have to be delusional in your belief to get
Mm-hmm.
out of that limited belief or get out of that paradigm, that the people around you would not understand what it
Yes.
is that you are doing. So those that do that, how
Mm.
can they tell the difference between if it's a delusional of I'm not gonna get there because that, and I'm, excuse me when I say this, no disrespect, but
Mm-hmm.
that is where some kind of limited beliefs come from other people beliefs on what they think that you can or cannot do. Does that
Yes.
make sense?
Yes.
And so
100%.
when you said that, I was like, oh, I want him to be a little bit more clear when we talk about those three things, because those three things are very powerful and truly can be. But also, let's think sometimes people need those three words or those three actions to be that, to get them past
Mm-hmm.
that limited belief, because we don't
Yes.
understand how invested or how marinated those limited beliefs are
Yes.
in individuals. We come from trauma, we come from so many different things in our life. So if you can, because you
Yeah.
follow me down that hole, right?
I got you. I
Yeah.
got you. Yes, I got you. And the thing is that I don't put any negativity on insanity, delusion, or dissociations. They all have their purpose,
Hmm.
and they all have also been advocates of complete systems that completely oppress, right? And
Hmm.
so there's a systematic oppression that creates these false beliefs and that's resistant to change,
Yeah.
right? The delusion is literally defined as a false belief that is resistant to change.
Hmm.
And so we have created it in our own way as advocates, where it's like, I cannot believe this. And because I cannot believe this, I must go through this.
Yeah.
It's insane to think that I'm going to have equality, but I'm still going to fight for civil rights, right? It
Hmm.
was crazy to think that people could be integrated in schools. That's ridiculous,
Yeah.
right? So after time, that insanity, not knowing what was going to happen on the other side, created a change. And when the thing that ties all three of those things together is your intention, your intentionality. If you lack intention, you will repeat every single time and really destroy yourself. But if you are truly intentional about the change and you are honest and transparent about your intentions about this, change will happen immediately. Those limiting beliefs become dreams that are walked on. And I do believe that you do have the power to overcome limiting beliefs. And you can use those type of oppressive words for the benefit of the greater good of people if your intentions are true and honorable.
Yeah.
I do believe that.
Yeah. Well, thank you for going down that little rabbit hole with me. That was actually good.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. You set it up. You did set it up. I'll give you that. You set it up. Mm-hmm.
It was like, oh, wait, hold on. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I saw it formulating.
All right, so can we do this? I like to have a little fun here. I do. I'll have no problem with sitting on this couch, but can we demonstrate it? Can we demonstrate on how to come out of that limited belief, or better yet, how to uncover it? So we'll start with me. Let's go.
Let's do it. We can do it. Yeah, I'd love to. I love this type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Hi, Naomi. How are you?
Hi, I'm well.
Good, good. I'm curious, is there anything that's kind of been you're kind of back and forth about that might feel like it doesn't really end and it never really starts or stops?
So I'm going to say I've been writing books, several different books of my life in different aspects. And I feel like I get to a certain point and I feel like there is no ending to it to go to the next, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So repeat after me. The action is never the reason.
The action is never the reason.
Why are you writing so many books?
Because I have so many stories. I have so many stories and I want to honor each one of those stories, if that makes sense. Each one of those stories, each one of those lifetimes, and that's something that I don't think that we understand, is that even in this lifetime, we have many lifetimes within, if that makes sense. Yeah. And so in those, and we call them chapters as well. And so each one of those chapters have its own book. And so I guess my problem is always which one is more important than the other to write and complete.
Why is it a problem? The action is never the reason. Why do you feel like why it's a problem?
I guess just truly making a decision and finding which one is of a priority first, and completing and putting out there and doing, yeah.
So it sounds like starting has been a really big problem for you lately. Knowing what to start.
With that.
So repeat after me. Principle 2. Any unmet need.
In the unmet need.
Yep. Any unmet need results in irrational behavior.
Results in irrational behaviors.
Yeah. So what are you doing to stop your success?
Truthfully, absolutely nothing. I just keep doing like a little rabbit.
Yeah. And so there's an unmet need. So what do you need to feel like you don't have to be the rabbit, or you can just write your book because you want to? What do you need? What do you desire?
Wow, and when I say this, it's going to sound so crazy.
Good. Keep going.
Because it's success.
You need success. You desire success.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, principle 3. Time is a resource used for limitation or application. So to hold success as the resource, what type of time are you putting into your success?
When I think about it, I don't have enough hours in a day to really do it. Yeah, I mean, I'm
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I put a lot into it. Um, yeah.
hmm
hmm
And so the limitation that's needed for your success is what?
That's a good question. You know what? It's to truly find out what success means to me.
hmm
Yeah.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
It does. That's why we can move to principle 4 now.
Yeah.
Principle 4 is be everything, expect nothing. So
Mm,
there are labels that you've created, worlds that you've created, mom, podcast, like artist, all these things. But all those things have limitations because people only know you in those certain worlds.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a core value in you that wants success and is using those different worlds to help kind of supplement that.
Mm-hmm.
Those are motives, not purpose.
Mm.
So I'm curious, what are your core values of being successful?
Mm. You know what? I have those. I have my 9 core values that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Part is family, um, integrity, love, compassion,
Mm-hmm.
um, empathy, spiritual, I believe it is, inspiring,
Mm-hmm.
and humility.
Okay.
In my integrity, did I say my integrity?
Yep,
Yeah.
you did. You had them. I was counting them. Yep,
hmm
I was counting
Yeah.
them. And so for me, what don't you think you're enough of to be nothing?
Mm. Can I be honest? I really don't know because, when you have these glimpses of, oh, you that shit, and then you have a glimpse of, wow, am I not enough? So I'm gonna share this with you, and I shared this with the audience
Mm-hmm.
before. At times, my abandonment issues come back up,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe that is kind of like the driving force of me wanting so much success. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so in that process of me doing everything, and even though I love doing what I'm doing right here, I love it all. But
Right.
in the process of doing that is trying to find, okay, look, hold on, let's prioritize things, which I've done this year is prioritize boom, 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 boom. So I actually broke it down to 4 things
Mm-hmm.
out of the
Yes.
big list that I've done, of things. But it's just making sure that I am getting past those limited beliefs on certain things so that I feel that it's truly important for not only myself but for others. So this is one thing that I do, and you can stop me when I try to live in my purpose more than living in life. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
And principle 5, purpose is the human compass.
hmm
So if you're truly in your success, you are in the right direction.
hmm
But sometimes we allow motive to become more important than our purpose. And so motive is about instant gratification, feeling good in the moment. It's if I do this, then this. If I do this, then this. If I do this and this. And so it creates this rabbit
hmm
that never seems to stop. And so going back to principle 1, the action is never the reason. Your success is not really about success. What is it really about?
It's about a combination of validation and my abandonment of being worthy to be. Yeah. hmm
And so
Yeah.
the unmet need that you desire is what? Principle 2,
It's to be worthy.
to be worthy.
hmm
And to put time into that how can you limit your success to be worthy again?
Knowing and trusting that I am worthy, having faith. Yeah.
And then having to be everything and expect nothing in that
Mm-hmm.
is going to require the value of what? How will you be the worthy rather than ideologizing it or ideology of it?
This is where, for me, this is really having the belief and faith in myself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what reminds you of your faith in yourself?
Embracing and understanding my journey. Yeah.
And where do you go to understand your journey?
Where do I go to understand my journey? Within.
Good. Last thing we're going to do a quick motive exercise.
Okay.
Okay. So I need you to finish this sentence for me. Okay.
Oh, Lord. All right.
You ready?
Did I just jump in there? Okay. Let's go.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If I blank, then blank.
If I blank, then blank.
Yep. You got to fill whatever word comes in first.
Oh, wow. If I blank, then blank.
Whatever comes to you first. But hopefully you'll use what we've been talking about.
If I succeed,
Then
I'm worthy.
okay. Then if I'm worthy, then
I succeed.
if I succeed, then I'm worthy.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm worthy, then I succeed.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have succeeded.
Then I have succeeded. Okay, I got you. Then I have succeeded. Okay. Then if I have succeeded, then
I am complete.
I'm complete. Then if I'm complete, then
Wow. Then I am empowered and at peace.
so if I take what you said, put it in my motive chamber, what comes out is
Don't do that. What is it?
okay. Sorry. So in principle 1, it's about being mentally obligated and emotionally unequipped. Being mentally obligated to something and emotionally unequipped to deal with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Overcoming limiting beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
And so what this does is addresses where your headspace and your heart space may be misaligned, right? And so in your mind, if you succeed, then you are empowered and in peace.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're not shooting for is being successful. What you're trying to shoot for is being empowered in your own peace.
Mm-hmm.
So you may not be feeling a sense of peace in your terms, but you're definitely you're trying to catch a peace for yourself rather than the circumstance you may be in.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the heart space is saying, if I succeeded, then I am complete. And for you to be completed, you have to be empowered and in peace. So for you, the truth is that you won't feel complete until you feel empowered in your peace. So the real journey right now to turn your trauma of abandonment into purpose, right? Trauma into purpose is learning the lifestyle that's needed to be empowered in your peace. So for you to feel worthy, you have to do behaviors that empower your peace. And so once you do that, then you'll actually be successful. You'll Your success has nothing to do with your book. It has everything to do with, does this book actually empower your peace?
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, if I'm looking at this, then I would want to go back to principle 3, which is time as a resource used for limitation or application. The way that you would limit your success is by actually honoring your peace.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to go back to principle 4, which is be everything, expect nothing. The core value that you're really kind of connect with right now is peace.
Yeah.
And so I need you to redefine what peace means for you as a lifestyle, because that's your purpose. That's your human compass, is always chasing your peace, because that's going to give you everything that you really do desire.
Mm-hmm.
So your self-mastery question. So this is all about self-mastery.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, everything is within.
Mm-hmm.
So in the healing modality, it's all about actually going within. So it's called internal reciprocity.
Mm-hmm.
I am reaching in because within I have everything I need. Internal reciprocity. And so your self-mastery question, to make sure that it's actually real as you're going through life, is asking yourself, does this empower my peace? And you have to say either yes or
Mm-hmm.
no. And if it says no, you must leave immediately. You have to hold your boundary. And you have to be, oh, hey, I can't be here. This isn't my peace.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
But you just got here. It's only 5 minutes. Just stay for a little bit. No, this doesn't empower my peace. It's not about you. It's not about what it is. It's just, this doesn't empower my peace.
Mm-hmm.
That's the boundary we have
Yeah.
to make. So that's your self-mastery question, is you mastering the ability to honor your own peace and to be empowered by it. So your books are a reminder of your worthiness.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a reminder to honor your peace, not
Yeah.
to actually finish the book. It's to honor the peace. If you finish the book, that's great. But is that going to honor your peace?
Mm.
The book is a reminder that you have a peace that you have within you already, that
Yeah.
you have to honor. So the action is never the reason. The unmet need is empowering your peace. The resource that you're looking for in time is to put time into your peace. To be everything and expect nothing is knowing you're singing your peace and you don't have to worry about anything outside of that. And then purpose is the human compass. Your purpose is your peace. So peace is your human compass. So you have to chase and follow your peace.
I feel that. I do. I feel that even with writing, and writing so many different books, starting off with so many different things,
Mm-hmm.
those are my most peaceful times when I'm able to write and heal. That's self-healing for me. And I'm at my peaceful moment. But let me tell you, and I just thought about that when you said that, about that there's might not even be a book. Just me writing in that is my empowerment and my peace. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Less is more when you're doing the most.
Yeah. And the only reason really why I want to do a book is because everybody's saying, where's your book?
When did you say it?
I don't remember. Even though the very first thing is I wrote a book when I got into my writing career.
Mm-hmm. Because you're a great writer.
Yeah. But, no. Wow.
You're the book that people are reading.
Yeah.
What you doing this show right now, you're the book. People
Yeah.
are reading you. They're listening to your book right now.
Yeah.
You an audio book right now.
Yeah. I didn't, just as you just made that, I was like, wow. Because I'm thinking about the action. I'm thinking about that
Mhm.
right there. And it's like right there, that's not even what it is.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that you're writing. That is your empower right there.
That's your medium.
Yes.
That channels your peace.
Yeah.
That channels your greatness. That channels your skill.
Yeah.
Mine's music. When I do music, everything just makes sense. Doesn't
Yeah.
mean I need to have a Grammy. Doesn't mean I need to have all that. It's just, that's what I channel.
Yeah. All right, my listeners, I just got on that couch. I told y'all I'm gonna do whatever it takes for us to get through this.
Yeah. Yeah. You got your self-mastery question.
Yes.
That's your boundary question. That is your boundary question.
I like, and even when you said that, even when I said, wait a minute, I unbeknownst to me, I do that. Like if I'm at someone's house or in a situation and it is not giving me no peace, I'm gone. Like with the quickness now. Oh yes.
Yeah.
So
Beautiful.
it makes so much sense. It does.
Yeah, and I don't give homework, but I give quests to my clients. And so my quest for you would actually to go to places that you may not feel always like where I want to be at. And I would ask for you to just start writing. How to be in your power when you're not in the space that empowers that.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
That's a nice
Bring your book with you and just start writing. And then like, hey, what you doing? Oh, I'm just writing. And see what comes up or what comes out.
Okay. Yeah, that's a challenge for me. That's a challenge for me to find some place to go. That, yeah. Yeah. I'll take that quest. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I can't wait to hear about it.
Yeah, I'll take that quest.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, take that quest. All right, my beautiful people. Well, y'all know we got on that couch today. Well, I got on that couch today.
You did great.
Thank you, Dr. Will. That was good. I was a little bit like, what are you about to do? But I trust you. I trust you all the way with it.
You went through all 5 principles.
Yeah.
Normally, people stick on one principle for 1 to 2 sessions. So the fact that you went through all 5 in a matter of 20-something minutes is wild. So yeah. So you went through it.
I got intentions, baby. My intentions is to get on. I'm on that healing journey, but continue to heal.
Yeah. I was like, I guess we'll move on to the next one. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, we can move to the next one. I was like, okay, we can do the exercise then. I guess so. So you're ready. That was great.
Beautiful, beautiful. But that was powerful. It was. It gave me so many things. It did, and thank you for that one. And for my listeners, I want to thank y'all for just showing up every day, listening us to here on the season of self-love, and just even with the emails that you all send, and even some of the comments that you put in. Thank you for that, and sharing your stories as well. I mean, this is something that is truly good, not only for you, but also for our podcast to continue to, get out there and do something different, because honestly, we are definitely doing something different. We are being so real, raw, and authentic in these conversations right here that unfortunately everyone doesn't have these conversations, and we breaking it all the way down. And I just thank Dr. Will for even again just trusting me on this journey and coming in right real, raw, and uncut with me in it. So again, thank you. Yeah, thank you for that. All right, so is there any last words that you have?
Be kind to yourself and heal always.
We're going to have to find another phrase for you. No, I'm just kidding.
I love it. It means everything. It means everything we do.
It does. I'm just messing. But again, my beautiful people, again, thank you so much for just continue just to support us on here. And I want y'all to remember that you can find some exercises about limiting beliefs in our Year of the Rebirth workbook available on download. And next week, we're going to be exploring some more topics here with Dr. Will for Mindset Monday, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. And you know what? I'm going to tell you this right now. Next week, I want to do a segment called Ask Dr. Will.
What?
Yeah. So this is what I want y'all to do. So
okay.
I want y'all to put hashtag Ask Dr. Will. I want you to just ask a question, put it out there, and put Ask Dr. Will. And put hashtag season of self-love so I can see it. And when I see it, I'm going to bring those questions in the next time that we speak.
Oh my God.
You like that?
Yeah, I'll put it on my post too.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah. I think that'd be fun. I'm trying to get things more. Let me take that try out. I'm moving to make more things more interactive in here so we can get more people to talk. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Put more of a ripple in the waters out there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah. I think it'll be cool. Always. Yeah, cool. It'll be cool. All right, my beautiful people. So as we close today's episode, again, I want to remind you that you are worthy of breaking free from anything that holds you back. So until next time, keep loving yourself fiercely. Have an amazing day. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery and empowerment here at the Season of Self-Love podcast. Remember, embracing self-love is a continuous journey, and we're so glad to have you with us. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave us a review. And don't forget to join our community on Facebook at Season of Self-Love. Connect with like-minded individuals who are also on their self-love journey. Now, if you have any questions or topics that you'd like for us to explore, we love to hear from you. Email us at seasonofselflove@gmail.com and let your voice be heard. So until next time, take a moment for yourself today and remember, you are worthy of love, joy, and all the beautiful things that life has to offer.